fucking join in, give them a fucking European forearm. It's like ridiculous. It's like, what is going on? No, literally one side got out of control, you pushed them away. There never needed to be that fucking like the kick in the head, foot stamp or whatever. It never needed to happen. You know, now it's like that. There's that. Oh, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Like the guy.
But what you're thinking of, what you're doing is projecting our cultural values
that's what I'm saying.
onto
Yes, I know.
a savage third world culture.
Correct.
Which has been imported into the Western countries.
But they who's made it? Like, I'm not going to go like Tommy Robinson, because he's a bit of a twat, but like he's all, yes, us and them. But now they're like the elders. Look at the police things. They've started to do that by standing over them. Correct. Like, oh, look at that. Oh, like that. They're like, no, we don't have to say anything. We'll give you some cupcakes, but you're doing exactly the same. You're like, you don't realize what you're doing is making that hatred. Literally, the Nerd Roddick said it many times. The silent shopper get more and more pissed off of what's going on, because they're like, we're not dumb. We know you've got your hands. Why are you having to sit down with the police and that community, but not that community? No, it should be the community. It should be the whole city. Everybody go to the things. It shouldn't be in like, oh, only in your little area, your own little, like community hall. It should be in the mayor's office, whatever. Everybody get together. Let's have a discussion. Actually have the one-to-one, because most people, and it's probably right in most European cities, do not know the demographic, the culture, the religion, because you're not well traveled or whatever, or you're uneducated or whatever. It doesn't matter. But they probably don't know the people who are 200 yards down the road to them, if they're slightly different culture of nature. And that's the problem. It's uneducated. It's been now politicized by the Labour Party to fuel it. And it's disgusting that they've turned it around and say the British white person is to blame.
Two interesting facts about this spat of riots that I've seen. The riots are, I think, 100% in Labour-run cities, Labour-controlled counties, in the same way as you get that shit going on in Democrat cities in the States. So all of them are from Labour-deprived, Labour and therefore deprived areas of the country. And I can't remember the other point. So,
but it's like you say, like, but they were. It's like North Shields, North and South Sunderland. They're never going to go. They're never going to go blue. They're never going to go yellow. They're never going to go any color. They're always going to be red after what Thatcher did to them in the thing. But now you've got them Labour strongholds. Labour strongholds are going, oh, now is literally Carstone going to do what he did with the 7 MPs that went for the tier 3 kids benefit system. Is he going to suspend them? Because they're going to not want to lose their jobs, because they're going to be,
there's a Labour MP. There's a Labour MP in Leicester. I'm not sure if she's still an MP because she actually got arrested. But basically, in the eastern wards of Leicester, there were slave economies working in the sweatshops there.
Yes, yeah.
And the member of Parliament for Labour was getting kickbacks from them.
Weird, huh?
Yeah, what they do in Leicester is raid it, and the next day they're opened up again with new employees, and they're raided within a month. And look at that, and then that's it. But it's just literally a turnaround. It's literally like that. Everybody knows about it. They're all making like soles and shoes for Reebok, Nike, and all that. They're not small brands. They're like, change the labels. Everybody knows about it, and nobody cares, because the money, as you say, gets bypassed into the pockets of somebody else.
But the thing is, I've seen as well, like over in Ireland, you've seen the unthinkable, where you've seen
Northern Ireland
and Unionists
Northern
marching side by side.
Yeah, that was the most mind-blowing thing.
That's something that I never thought I'd see in my lifetime.
The first time it's ever happened, the Unionist flags and the Republican flags next to each other, and it had their own political flags flying in a row, really. And it wasn't just a couple of like people trying to do it. They were full back of like that.
It
And
was a joint
so
march.
that happened to Belfast. Yeah. And did you notice something different they did in Belfast? The police backed off. And I hate to say it because they know the Irish, whoa, if they're going to go for it, and Northern Irish, you can't do it. Like, they're not going to, you're not going to risk it. That's it. So they gave them respect. And
our culture is based on war. We've got 4 separate countries. And if you look at if you look at like where the riots are currently, they're all in England, apart from Northern Ireland. One, I think, in Northern Ireland, wasn't it? But they're all in England. It's not a Welsh phenomena currently, and it's not a Scottish phenomena currently. It's purely English currently. But what people don't realize about the UK is we've got 4 strong regions in the countries, and everybody fucking hates one another. And we channel that competition into sports of all sorts. So the internation sports is basically our replacement for war until you get the Premier League, and then you get football hooligans and stuff. We've got a culture going back, at least to the 50s, mods and rockers, of weekend war. We're weekend warriors in this. We've been invaded so many times, and our back is against the sea. So anyone that comes here and tries to take the land from us is going to get historically fucked up in Minecraft.
Yep, it's true.
Right, breaking. This was actually a couple of days ago. No, it's actually today.
Yeah, it was
this
today,
afternoon. Breaking: a man has been jailed for 3 years for punching a police officer in the face during a riot. Bearing in mind that he regretted what he did and went and actually handed himself in, and has got sent down for 3 years. Meanwhile, the 2 thugs who brutally attacked 3 armed police officers at Manchester Airport have not even been charged. The blatant two-tier
wasn't
justice.
there like a ruckus about that whole thing with the police officers? Wasn't there like a viral video about that? That's the video.
This video.
This video. There were different angles for that video as well. I saw a different angle. By the way, YouTube, this is fair use, and we do not condone violence, but we need to show this to prove the point.
The two female officers knocked down, and then the other female
one
finally
like
gets
5'5",
the other female
now,
finally gets.
I completely agree.
In the face.
You just missed out there, and I completely agree that he did, the police officer, that further kick that he did was not needed, and he needed to be disciplined 100% because he went above the point where the assailant, whatever, was
the perpetrator was already incapacitated.
Yeah, it was subdued 100%. I don't think anybody argues that. What everybody's arguing about is the before, because they're making out that is the problem. What that and the next bit, what he
not
does,
the fact that they were brawling.
Yeah,
I mean, they were lucky they didn't get shot
before.
They were lucky they didn't get shot. It's an airport, then a massive international airport. They were lucky they didn't get shot.
I mean, myself and Statis Geek, we're ex-armed forces, so we operated under JSP 398 Alpha, which was our rules of engagement how and when we could use force. And the thing is, the token line from that is, you can use whatever force is necessary as long as your target or the person that's just about to commit an act is a threat to yourself or threat to someone else or threat to the property, depending on what type of property, say nuclear, whatever it may be. The second they're no longer a threat, you cannot do anything. You should not do anything. If they've turned around and started running away, you can't even tase them in the back.
There you go.
Because if somebody
had a